If you did approach the teams and put your project on freelancing sites, you would have received some bids and proposals. Assuming that you described your project in detail, most of them would have given you a clear quote with some terms such as if there is some major feature addition, costs could escalate. Some would ask you for more details to calculate total cost. For the purpose of learning, let's say that the average cost was $5,000. Now let's say there are 7 to 8 teams who bid close to this figure, and by your calculation, this is what you were ready for. Before you decide which team to select, please make sure to check these things. 1. Their brand name and reputation. Try and Google about their company or website name. See if somebody has left a bad feedback or if there is some other issue. 2. If project is big, approach a team rather than an individual. If it's just a small script, then maybe approach an individual to keep your costs low. But if it's big, then go with a team. 3. Their portfolio. Check their previous work or ask for a portfolio and see the kind of work they have done. I usually judge a team's work by their design rather than functionality. For example, a simple registration page can be coded by anybody. But what I look for are things like style of the page, color combinations, integration with Google, Facebook, Twitter for easy login, the design of the button, etc. Presentation matters a lot in the business world. The first time you meet a founder and want to invest, you read his body language, his shoes, and the confidence in his eyes. Similarly, a team of developers is judged based on their code formatting, HTML designs, and their own website architecture. I would never hire any team which has an outdated, simple HTML website. Someone who does not focus on his work will never focus on my work. With all these tips, let's assume that you have decided which team you would want to work with. The main problem for most of the viewers is starting capital. $5,000 is a huge sum for many guys. People who cannot do anything from development or marketing need to rely on outsourcing and external help, such as crowdfunding or angel investments. Here comes a big problem. How to generate that kind of cash within few weeks to get started with your project. Any job industry that you see around yourself is based on either product-based model, such as softwares and applications, or service-based, such as designing websites, logos, writing content for them, etc. You need to study any of these skills and then provide these to other people to make some cash. I'm assuming you have some type of job because making $5,000 in few weeks will be difficult for a majority of people. Here are some services which you can provide. Do remember that if you innovate any one of these services, you can build a startup based on that idea too. 1. Content writing. Most of the companies are leaning towards blogs and content which makes them shine. If you are wise with words, try writing for a company or freelancing. You can also try and innovate content marketing to help people. 2. Graphic designing. From logos to ad banners, websites, mascots, etc., you can design anything you want to. Get your designs out there and make some cash. 3. Virtual assistant jobs. If you can follow someone's instructions, then this is suited for you. People give you instructions or little training and then complete their daily chores for them. 4. Micro jobs. If you have nice accent, an office which looks like a newsroom, or some creativity, then you can offer people these things for few bucks. 5. Reselling. Ask person ABC to build something for you or do something for you, and then resell his work to person XYZ for a higher cost. In business, there is no right and wrong, but both parties should be happy. This can make you good amount of money and is my personal favorite. There are a multitude of things you can do out there, but remember, an idea can strike any time, so keep a notepad ready. Also, if you are trying to get into major service industries like designing and marketing, then you have to do something new. The more outdated thing you do, the more time it will take you to make money. These things are only important if you want to fund your projects yourself. If you already have a high salary job, then continue with it or approach investors for funding. You can ask your family, friends, or crowd to raise money for your idea. But here are a few things you need to remember before you take a plunge. 1. Can you make that money from your idea within 4 to 5 months of launch at least? The chances of you winning will be low if this is your first attempt. Try to lose as less as possible. 2. Will you work on building user base or customer base? Services like Facebook, Instagram, etc. focus on acquiring more users as they are backed by millions in funding. If you are going to acquire customers rather than users, then make sure you offer them a demo or trial of your service beforehand. 3. Do you have a team or are working individually? Even if you get the project started, you will need a person to provide support and someone to keep your social status updated. You need at least 2 to 3 more people to work on various aspects of your project. If you are individual, try and stay away from funding and focus on your own revenue generation. The pressure is very low. Do remember one thing though. If you decide to start up, do not leave your job till you have enough money in your bank to get another job, or if your project makes you nice money from first month. If this is not the case, then you will have to continue with your job. No matter how much it sucks, just continue. If you have acquired the money you need, proceed with the project development part, and remember these points. 1. Every week or so, ask for updates. You must show them that you are serious with your idea. 2. Make payment phase-wise. Pay them a part of money weekly or every time some important thing is done. 3. Focus on your design and functionality both. You don't need gold-plated name tags. Ask your developers to design something which is easy on eyes. Outdated CSS styles and templates suck, and you will fail to retain customers. Stick with simple colors like light yellow, light blue, light green, etc. 4. Maintain a note of everything that you want them to do in as much detail as possible. Telling someone that you want to show user's picture and you want to show a profile picture in a box on left top are 2 different things. 5. If possible, push them to set up the project on your server before making final payment, as it will help you check if everything is working properly. There are few requirements which are not installed everywhere and can trouble you later. 6. Ask this team to be around, so that if you want to add more features later, you can contact them rather than another team. Another problem related with projects is how to launch the product. If you do not have celebrities behind your launch, no problem. Just work on basic launch technique. After the project has been completed and set up on your server, remember to launch the solution in 3 phases. 1. Beta testing. You yourself or some of your friends should use the project like a novice user would use it, and see if there are some things you want to change. Some people would recommend you to allow people to test it for you, but the next phase will take care of it. 2. Soft launch. This is where you allow the user or customer to test the product. You can demo it in a video or ask users to read a section on how to use your product. Collect their complaints, feedback, etc. 3. Full launch. This is where you are sure nothing would go wrong. Usually nothing happens if both testing and soft launch went well. If you do make a blunder, remember any publicity will bring more users to your doorstep. Cover up the mistake smartly and keep working on the project. Don't let your failures or bad marketing news ruin your work. Remember when Facebook had news like accounts being hacked, privacy issues, etc., these news items send people on their back foot regarding a service or product. But it keeps growing because they work on user experience rather than meaningless debates. Another important point worth noting is your pricing structure or revenue generation models. People should start making money as soon as possible if they do not have any funding to cover up costs. Remember to keep the structure as people-friendly as your business allows. One of the main reasons why competitors win is because they price their products lower than others. Remember, you price your product based on how much a customer can pay and not how much you can take from him. In next video, we will explore the marketing side of projects, how to make sure that your customers find you, and how you can make your online presence felt.